Today I'd like to share with you part 3 of a journey into yourself, discovering what is it that Hashem is asking you to move and to change and to grow in. I would like to use an example. Everybody should have by now isolated at least one area which in the lead up to lockdown was for them the most difficult to give up, the one that tormented them, caused them sleepless nights, anxiety, worry, the thing they didn't want to let go of, and give a broad category of what that is. And today we're going to go on a journey of an example of one of those things and an example of where that may lead you. But the process, I hope, will give you the tools to take your own journey. The journey is one of peeling away the layers of the onion, layer by layer, by asking a simple yet penetrating question each time that gets you deeper and deeper to the core of who you are, because our initial answer to all our questions is a very superficial skin, and you have to start peeling it away bravely to get to the bottom. So let's say, for example, the thing that you went crazy about in the week leading up to this lockdown was your running. I know a few people I care about deeply. That was their thing. It was at first when the thought of the fact that you could run with someone every single day and get out, that was fine. You could cope with the isolation and with the lockdown. But when that was taken away, the ability to run was taken away, the world began to collapse. And you rushed around to buy a treadmill, which you cannot buy, not one treadmill in Joburg anymore. They're all gone, sold out. Because there were many people who experienced that as their pain and trauma of having to let go before lockdown. So you know your general categories, which was running. But why are you so obsessed with running? Why? Why running? Why do you have to run 5 times a day? 5 times a week? Why? So let's go, for example, what was it about running that caused that made you so connected to it? Now we're going to go, there's many places that this track would go for a person. I'm going to take an example, but yours, I'm sure, even if your category was running, your direction would be very different. It's the only thing that keeps me sane. If I don't run, my day is filled with anxiety. I can't sleep at night. I have worry. And the thought of removing that running, I don't know what my life will look like. Brilliant. You've peeled off a layer. See, it's not running that was the problem. Running was a bandage over another wound. Anxiety, worry, sleeplessness. But why are you worried? What keeps you up at night? And again here, everyone's journey, even if this was where you got to, and hundreds of people will get to this point, the journey from here on in differs completely for everyone. But let's say it's work. Work gives me anxiety. I can't sleep at night over work. Okay, good. You're making progress. You just peeled off another layer. So it's not running, and it's not anxiety only. It's work's causing anxiety for you. But why is work causing you anxiety? And again, here there's hundreds of tracks, but let's choose one. I can't make it out at the end of the month. And so I'm always anxious to make more and to make sure that we can actually cover our expenses. It's amazing. So it's not work that's causing you anxiety. It's the shortage of money that's causing you anxiety. You've just peeled off another layer. Why is the shortage of money causing you worry? Why are you short? And here there's hundreds of answers that could come to, but let's toil with one or two. Well, I don't have enough income to cover my expenses every month. Okay, that's the facts. And what's the problem? Is the problem with your income or is the problem with your expenses? My income, I think, is fine. I'm earning well. I've progressed in my career. My income's fine, but it's just not enough. Okay, maybe it's your expenses. Maybe you're overextending yourself. You're spending on things which you shouldn't be spending on. You don't have the means. You think you're in a certain category of wealth which you don't have, and you're living a life which is not your life. Yeah, maybe that's it. But what is it in those expenses? Which are the things which I'm being extravagant in that are actually putting major pressures on me, which are making me anxious about work, which makes me not sleep at night, which makes me obsessed with running, which is keeping me away from my relationship with Hashem. And then you're beginning to plummet the depth of who you are and what's really holding you back from a connection to Him. It's not running. Running's just the plaster on top of the sore, and it's not the anxiety. And it's not the sleepless nights, and it's not work. And it's not that you don't have enough money, it's that you're spending too much. And it's not just that you're spending too much, it's you're spending too much. Why? Because you're worried what other people think, or because you like nice things, or you were used to a life which now you can't afford. It's deep. Keep going deeper and deeper until you actually understand yourself well, and then you'll see that you'll be able to live without running so much. You'll run to be healthy, but you won't need to run to cover up the wound that's really festering deep inside of you. That's just an example of a journey. You can take yourself on the same journey, starting with the same core thing which held you back during lockdown, and asking yourself, but why? 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 Until you eventually hit me and you hit the wound that's been festering there so deep that you even forgot it existed. And it's that wound that Hashem wants you to start healing. Because when you heal that wound, you'll begin to reconnect with Him. You'll begin to perfect yourself, grow, develop yourself, become bigger, and reconnect with Him. And stop being obsessed with covering up the wounds which you've forgotten even existed. I hope that helps you. Enjoy the journey. It's such a gift and such an opportunity which we rarely ever have. Quiet time is what you need to really ask these questions and to penetrate deep. You need headspace, you need time, you need no distraction, nowhere to go. Who knows when you'll have this opportunity again? Use it. It's wonderful to discover where you're hurting. Because when you know where the real pain is, then you can fix it. But until you're brave enough to look there, you'll be looking for bandages your whole life.